Hello again, and well, welcome back, my fellow Square PDXers. I say welcome back because earlier this morning, if you're here with us, I spent a few minutes on doing some foam rolling, educating you guys on some myofascial releases and techniques on that. If you have any muscle pain or a few questions on that, head on back earlier to check out some foam rolling technique. But like I mentioned at the end of that video, I said if you come on back, I want to show you 5 must-do exercises to increase or to better that posture of yours. Now, I know that we are still doing our little thing, and a lot of us are either at the table or if we're working out at home, we're on our computer, we're crunched on over. When we're done from there, we're on our phones, we're crunched on over. I have a huge little thing about posture. What I want to do today is really just kind of show you 5 routines that I typically do every other day, if not every day, to kind of help mobility and to increase that posture. Very similar to my mobility lower back thing we did a while ago. This is something that I highly recommend everybody doing. And to do that, you need some resistance bands. Now, I said you don't have to have resistance bands. Amazon and all the online stuff, they're kind of coming back to normal. It doesn't take 4 or 5 weeks. However, we still don't have a 2-day shipping. So if you go to Target or Wally World or one of those to find some mini bands, if they're not there, then go ahead and try to order some. They'll be here soon, hopefully. Don't quote me on that, but I did have a client the other day order some online and she got them yesterday. So grab a mini band if you can. If not, use a towel or a shirt. I'm gonna show you some other exercises as we go that we can substitute for do this exercise. For example, let's go ahead and get into it. Exercise number 1 or move number 1 that I want you to do is gonna be an overhead pull apart. If you imagine using this towel or this shirt right here, I'm gonna crouch into a little bit of a lunge position so we can make sure you see me. Overhead, my arms are nice and tall, and what I'm going to do is go in and pull out for a good 3 to 4 second hold, come right back in. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that. Repeat that about 4 or 5 times, a good 3 to 4 second hold, and really feeling those rhomboids activate. Now, let's go back to the mini band. Same exercise. If you decide to use this mini band, you can either grip it, hold it nice and tight right here, or what I like to do for a little bit more control and a little harder is palms facing each other, nice and flat, and then pulling apart right here. So for this exercise, you're gonna go ahead, go nice and tall, arms are gonna be straight. For this purpose, I'm in a lunge position, not because I wanna work my legs, but so you guys can see me a little bit better. But arms are gonna be nice and tall, and what you're going to do is pull apart. Right here is what I'm looking for, nice and straight. And what I really want you guys to do is focus on those rhomboids. Now, the rhomboids, those are the muscles that are in between your shoulder blades or your scapula. Quick little English Latin term, scapula blade is from that shoulder blade. Not English lesson, don't worry about it. Back to the rhomboids. That rhomboid, or there's 2, you have a rhomboid major and you have a rhomboid minor, but that rhomboid muscle actually arises from the splenius process of the thoracic vertebrae, from your second thoracic or your T2 up to T5. So right in between your shoulder blades, I want you to feel that activation. Yes, you will feel it in your shoulders and your traps and a few other exercises, but I really want you guys to have that mind and muscle connection. In between the shoulder blades is where you should be feeling those. All right, once again, with that band, or if we're going with a towel or some sort of resistance, if you want to use a resistance, well, I don't know, you can figure there's lots of ways. But make sure that you are getting that pull, you holding it a little bit, and then relaxing, doing that several times. All right, your second exercise that's gonna help improve this posture is going to activate those rhomboids as well, but get a little bit more in that latissimus dorsi, or those lats. So same hand positions, palms facing each other, nice and tall. You're gonna go sky high, right up here, and then when you're ready, you're actually going to pull apart as you come down. Now, elbows up, or elbows straight, and then when they come out nice and wide, you're gonna pull them and squeeze them back together. Let me give you a little bit of a better picture of here. Keep that neck nice and tall, straight neutral spine, and feel that. Once again, I want you to feel that activation in that latissimus dorsi, or those lats. Very big muscle, as well as those rhomboids in between. I typically do about 15 reps of these 2 or 3 times, giving about 30 to 45 of these. Now, you'll feel that burn, but once again, this is not a heavy lifting workout. Anything will do, anything will do. Well, not anything, don't use your dog, I don't know. All right, anyway, your third must-do exercise is also gonna hit that latissimus dorsi, or those lats, but mainly it's gonna focus more of the teres major and minor, that muscle that's right in between underneath that armpit there. You got those 2 thin muscles, and well, the name of the exercise is bow and arrow. So I'm gonna become clear out here, arms straight, and then I'm gonna pull back as far as I can and then release there. But you're not gonna release like so. No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
You're gonna release tension, keeping your arms and your elbows close to your side. Now, I'm not coming out here. Let me get a better angle. Not coming out here where my elbows sky, but I am coming nice and narrow. Act as if you are scraping that elbow against those ribs. All right, your next exercise is going to be a little bit more on the challenging side, but that's because we're activating more muscles, specifically that serratus interior. Now, if you guys know me, that serratus interior is my favorite muscle out of all 600-700 muscles we've got in our body. The reason why it's so important is not only because it's aesthetically pleasing, but more importantly is its functionality. Now, that serratus interior, that's this guy right here. Anterior on that side, serratus, blades cut and all that good stuff. That's that cut look that you see a lot of athletes have, or boxers specifically. Sometimes this muscle is called the boxer's guard because this cut action right here, that muscle is actually protecting those ribs, hence guard. So it protects that boxer from all those punches and blows to those ribs. The reason why this exercise and this muscle is important for purposes of postural deviations is the insertions and origins. Your serratus interior covers your ribs 1 through 8 all the way down here. They all have their different sections, but they all attach to those ribs, and they actually crawl all the way back and they attach to that inferior medial angle of the scapula. So if you think about it, if we're on our side here and if we tighten these muscles at this bottom part that helps pull our shoulder back, we're gonna naturally have better posture. Or strengthening that muscle with this exercise is obviously going to be functional, aesthetically pleasing, but just, okay, I'm done. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, come on down to the ground. Come on down yonder. I'm gonna just go ahead and place right here, and I'm gonna get on my tippy toes into a normal plank position. I'm going nice and wide, and then what I'm gonna have you guys do is with one hand, let me grab a band here. As you get down into this plank position, I want you to go ahead and widen out those legs, nice wide stance to help that stability. Get onto your toes, not your tippity tips, not so much as a push-up would be for that form, but enough to do a rotation. All right, hold the resistance band in one arm, plant it down, anchor it around your wrist or your thumb, however you choose to do so. You're gonna kind of do that lawnmower action, elbows sky high with that slight rotation. Now, the reason why we're doing this one in this plank position is, yes, we are working that lat muscle, but we're also keeping that core engaged extremely as we get that rotation. Very important, guys, that as you get that elbow nice and sky high, that you have that slight rotation at the end. That's what we want. All right, and after you finish that, I've got that fifth and final but not least, or final but not, what does that mean? Last but not least, final exercise for us to do for this daily routine, right? Daily routine. And this is gonna be a wall slide. This one specifically hits that serratus anterior, and you're gonna need a wall. All right, so what I'm going to do is, same position that I've grabbed on my previous exercises, I'm gonna actually come up to a wall, and I'll show you here in just a moment. I want my elbows, my forearm, and my hands to all be touching this wall. That window might work. Pretend that window, yeah? Look at that, that's a wall. All right, that window's my wall. All right, what you're gonna do here is pull apart, getting that tension and that resistance nice and tall, nice and strong. And what you're gonna do is slide all the way up as high as you can, and then all the way down. Now the trick is, as you come all the way up and down, that you do not lose contact with that elbow on that wall. Keeping your forearm and that entire bottom part of your arm against that wall, sliding up and down, is going to really activate that serratus. All right, obviously the wider you pull, the harder it's gonna be. And you'll notice that at the top of this rep that you will come in a little bit. That is that abduction that your shoulder does for you. Horizontal abduction, I don't wanna get into it. That's supposed to happen, all right? I don't wanna get too fancy on you. But once again, all the way to the top and all the way down, keeping that resistance and feeling that serratus. This actually brings me up to my next thing. I know that I said only I was gonna do 5, but I'm a big fan, advocate on muscle and mind connection. When I work with you guys, I want you to really feel what muscles are activating, and unless we know our anatomy, that's kind of on the harder side. So I've got something simple that we all have at home, and if you don't, that's okay. I'm not gonna judge you, but that's going to be a pillowcase. Now, you can use a bag of potatoes or a bag of rice, I don't know what it is, whatever. The purpose of this is so that you can feel that full activation of that serratus. If I have the space here and I get my arms nice and straight, I'm gonna knock something over here. Nice and, let's go over here. So if I have my arms nice and straight, give me a nice figure 8, or just something nice and simple right here. After a while, you are going to feel that serratus act up. Now granted, this exercise is doing a lot of motion, a lot of movement, so other muscles like your pectoralis minor and a few other muscles will definitely get some work done, but what I want is to feel that activation. So if you're to do this for a good solid 30 or 40 seconds, once again, not a huge workout, but the purpose is for you to actually feel what muscles are being used. Grab that bag of rice, grab that pillowcase full of whatever you want to do with, and give me some figure eights. Give me some singles. Arms are nice and straight. And then after you do that, about 30 or 40 seconds, you're gonna feel that. When you feel that, that's the Serratus Interior. All right, guys, so those are your first 5, or your most important first 5 exercises of the day. More importantly, these are exercises and movements that are gonna help increase that posture. It's all about strengthening those back muscles so that we're not constantly hunched down right here. It's bad enough that we work a lot of jobs and technology, as much as I love it, hurts us. But to fix this, we need the strength of these guys here, including the rhomboids, the serratus, those lats. That being said, guys, take advantage of these 5 exercises to do on a daily, if not every other day. No more than 5 minutes, literally. If you just spend those times, you can sit there while you're Netflixing and you can do your little towel thing. It doesn't take a lot of work. It's one of those small functional movements that's gonna make that difference with that posture. All right, guys, like always, it was fun, a pleasure, and I'm glad to do these videos for you guys. Make sure you come up this next Friday here, showing up for a little bonus workout. And of course, next Wednesday, we'll continue with wellness. Like always, if you guys have any specific questions, comments, or concerns, or something you really want to know about, leave a comment, let us know. Our team will get together and make sure that we provide that content for you. Until then, keep on coming back. Meditation Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every day of the week, we got you. Until then, guys, have a beautiful rest of your day. Stay healthy, keep on smiling, and I'll see you when I see you.